Back? All right, good. Sorry. So this time it was a different problem. The internet worked, but the XSplit, whatever that is, crashed. So the splitting of the X's didn't quite work, and then they combined to create a W, and then what it did is cause the whole stream to crash.
Yeah.
But instead, during that time frame, Owen hit this amazing scene of emotion and depth, and played the whole time while the stream crashed. And you guys never got to see any of that, so we're sorry. We'll show it again at another point.
Yeah, I'm so sorry you couldn't see it. It's just like TT.
Yeah, but Owen is actually pretty disappointed in this whole thing right now. As you can see, Owen is just kind of, upset. Anyway, don't worry. There's more to this stream than
Sorry,
just
Owen.
crashes. All right. So, what that conversation did is it basically had Owen tell us that someone wants to talk to us, right?
Yes.
So,
Essentially, we're gonna go out of the enclave right now and head our way to the forge, getting to know it.
and on the way, I'm gonna grab a big book.
Oh, grab the book.
So, what is that?
That is a cipher statue. Ciphers is what Owen is to us, so basically the one that are patient with us during missions, and also just a contact point in general between cities as well.
Right. So every freelancer team has a cipher, or sometimes more than one. They basically are really important to how freelancers get their job done.
But they are really rare in our world.
Rare indeed. Oh, so we've come out of the freelancer enclave. Where are we at now, Sabine?
Walk straight into the market. So this is the market. We will have stores a little bit here and there. We have vendors. And if you look to your right here, you will see a sentinel.
Now, what are the Sentinels? What do they do? What's their jam?
A little bit and talk about what Antium is to sentinels. So Antium, for Tarsis, I meant to say for Tarsis all the time, sorry. So for Tarsis is a place where sentinels have their stronghold, and we're right now under their protection. In Fort Tarsis, we also have the enclave for actually I can't pronounce that right now. I'm sorry. Enclave for the freelancers.
Okay.
So they are guarding and they're making sure that everything is in order, and yeah, you will especially see them around the market because it's the lively place where people come and go.
Right. So Sentinels are kind of like the police, essentially inside Fort Tarsis, correct?
I guess you could say that. I want it to be a little more fantasy, but yeah.
Yeah. Fantasy police. That's
Yeah.
Perfect. It's like hot cops. It's just awesome. But they have javelins. That's important too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have that color scheme of being like blue, light blue.
Yeah. Kind of like police, but not just like fantasy police.
Fantasy police.
All
Okay,
right,
let's
gotcha.
go with that.
All right, good. Okay.
I'm
so,
semi-okay with that.
So, kind of walking through this market, as we mentioned before, this isn't a part in the game where Tarsus is still, it's a little bit down on its luck. The market is still full of people.
Yeah, if you actually keep going straight down towards the forge. Oh, hi Prospero.
Oh, who's this?
Hi Prospero. You'll get to know him later.
Okay. Okay. You'll be able to talk to him, and he'll tell you some stuff and show you some stuff, right?
Yep. Let's just wave to him right now and just say hi, and we'll come back later.
But he's got all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's a skull on his helmet, like.
Oh yeah, Mike. As I said, later.
Okay.
This is
fine.
a later moment.
Fine. All right, we're moving towards the forge area, correct?
Yeah, I want you to actually look a little bit left and right here as well. So you can tell that a couple of the stores are closed at this point. Yeah, so there's one there, and then if you look behind you, there's also a couple closed stores, and you will see more sentinels hanging around, guarding places.
Oh yeah, there's some more sentinels.
Yep. Oh, let's wave to Zoe.
This is Zoe. Hey Zoe.
Hi.
What up?
I think she pronounced it Zoe.
Zoe?
Yeah.
Alright, so by that name I'm gonna call her Zoe forever now.
Yeah, I'm still having that trouble with them, like Zoe, because I saw it first being written.
Alright. So you got more sentinels hanging around. Oh! What's this?
Oh, you're revealing all my secrets.
Cortex! Alright, pick up another book.
Fine. Reveal everything.
Oh hey, what are those?
You mean the background, the scaffolding?
Yeah.
So we call it the Strider base. That side right now is just a scrapyard part to break down and get materials. So if you look to the other side, We also have another Strider Bay. It's actually on the. It's more of a vista view.
Right. I'm gonna go try to get people a better view of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you see it.
there's a Strider. Hey, there's a Strider.
As I said, Strider Bay.
It makes sense. Right. Through these doors, a bunch of amazing grandeur and awesomeness exists, aka literally the other like half of Tarsus plus more. But we're not going to go in there. And actually, on this build, you're not able to get in there. This is just the marketplace and just the freelancer enclave kind of down those steps in this build for Tarsus. But we're going to showcase those other areas in greater detail later on.
Yeah, don't want to reveal everything.
That's right. Okay. Anything else you wanted me to call out or focus on?
Well, you probably want to go and have a look at the vault, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's do it. So the vault is what?
It's essentially your inventory, I would say, where you can see everything that you've gotten through the missions, and you can scrap down and clear your inventory because it has a limited amount of space.
Right.
You'll get materials from it as well.
Okay. All right. So the vault is going to be useful to all freelancers coming in. More Cortex entries. Oh,
Fine.
I'm not going to grab that.
Ah, thank you.
Let's go up top for you.
Maybe I should hide those better.
Maybe people just want to learn.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, Jones.
Last run.
Not so good, Jones.
Oh,
Again? Those things are getting too bold. What'd you do?
Drove as hard as I could to shake 'em.
Next time, see if you can find a clip.
oh.
Not a fan of those two. They're quite sassy.
There might be more to it.
Oh, there is. I'm sure you know all about that. Sue.
Oh, actually, I don't know everything.
All right. So we wanted to show a little bit of what we kind of call role-playing conversations, and that is usually when you go into an NPC and you click on them and you can have a dialogue with it. Guys on the streaming side of it, if it's not too possible, can we bring up that video just to show everyone, and then Sabine, after we go through, you kind of walk us through what that was.
By the way, Mike, I don't appreciate you calling them it because they all have personalities.
Oh,
and they're
right. They're
actual persons.
they're full-fledged people
Yes,
living
my
inside
people.
our tiny box of the game.
My people.
All right. Let's take a look at
Our
the
people.
video.
We are going to try this. You know, like Mike said earlier, we've had a little trouble with XSplit today, but we're going to try this this conversation.
Okay.
Look who's back in one piece.
So, did you expect me in more pieces than one?
You? Never. I trust you've brought me work. Always good to give your javelin the once over after a run. What have you done this time?
Nothing you can't fix.
Flattery, huh? You must have done a number out there.
Nothing too crazy.
Are we using your skill for crazy or mine? Scars, beasts, relic-based nonsense. Some people stay on this side of the wall. Others, well, since you love running into that kind of stuff, you better be careful.
The job's got its risks, but I keep my eyes open.
That's what I like to hear. I'll run you some maintenance checks. Only the best for my favorite freelancer.
I bet everyone's your favorite.
I have a complex ranking system, and you have better places to be. Go on, then.
All right. So that was one of our role-playing conversations in Tarsus. Tell us a little bit about Zoe and what that conversation was.
Zoe is essentially the first person that you will see when you enter Tarsus, and she's gonna be there for you and fix up your suit whenever you're exploring Tarsus. You can, of course, have your hands on the suit as well and fix it up through the forge. But yeah, you'll get to know more about Zoe in the game and throughout the game.
And many others, of course. Many other people,
Yes, thank you.
not its. All right. Perfect. Okay. There's a big crash in the background. I hope something didn't fall and the server didn't crash, but let's assume it just all works. Anything else you want to cover, Sabine, while we still have the folks and we're looking at Tarsus? Anything you want to call out? Anything you want me to show?
Yeah, well, I don't want to show anything more than what you already have because I want people to explore. I want them to get to know the people of Tarsus. And as a little teaser, there's a courtyard and we have a bar. and a
Good.
ton of fun people. There are a couple of stories that will tug at your heartstrings, a couple of stories that will just make you smile, and a couple of them that just makes me want to come back from the mission to hear what it'll continue as.
Awesome. Yes, and every good place needs a bar. That's what we've learned, I think, over the last couple of years. Okay, with that, so that kind of concludes the Tarsus section of the live stream. Next thing we're going to do is jump into a mission, and to do that, we're gonna swap some folks out first, but we want to do some questions ahead of that before we kind of make the overall transition. So, AJ, do we have any questions about Tarsus that Sabine can help answer, or are there any other ones that you want us to answer? Just throw it up on the screen, and we'll go from there.
What's on your mind?
Hey guys, we are seeing some frame drops as well, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up the stream today. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and we will try again at a later time.
Okay.
So sorry, Mike.
Oh, I'm going to have to pay for this publicly. People are going to get mad at me. Thanks.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody will see it.
Here's what we'll do: is as soon as we possibly can, we're going to get back in front of the camera and we're going to show you guys how the Lost Ark in this mission has been changed over the last little while. We've gotten a lot of feedback from the fans, so we'll do that. As you guys can see, I was ready to
So close.
yeah. I mean, there's an
So
interceptor.
close.
I was just going to jump right in, and we were just all right.
Interceptor looks so slick.
Right now we're.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. If we start dropping frames, then in a really bad way, then we'll have to cut it. But let's move forward. And so
Are we doing questions?
we are doing questions on Tarsus first, though. So let's talk a little bit more about Tarsus and have some questions from the folks.
All right. I'm sorry if I'm being too loud. Will Fort Tarsus evolve throughout the years as we play?
That will come with the future Tarsus parts. You will see a certain evolution. Oh my gosh, evolution.
Evolution. Yep.
Throughout the game, and then what comes after that is for the future.
Yeah, we got plans. We got big plans.
Yes. Another one here. Will there be books, etc.? And you kind of showed this off, but if people are just joining us, will you have books and things to read to get lore? Or is it just sort of a codex type system to find all the stuff?
Well, it's kind of a combination because you pick up books and scrolls, maybe notes. That is the codex.
Oh, I just triggered something accidentally. Hey, wait, everyone.
What are you talking about? I just got a message from you saying to meet at the forge.
Hi,
I
Ella.
didn't send any. Where did everyone disappear to?
Where did everyone disappear to?
Speaking private. My name is
Oh, hey, Tess.
You always travel with security escort.
Not always. The Sentinels have their uses.
Well, you make a hell of an entrance, I'll give you that.
I have a contract for you, freelancer. I like to know who I'm working for before I take a job. Really? From what I hear, two of you will take about any job you can get these days.
What's the job?
An Arcanist has gone missing.
I thought Arcanist just hung out in labs studying Shaker.
Matthias Sumner was investigating some relics at a ruin near the fort. I need you to find him and bring him back home safe.
If he's still alive.
No one knows more about the dangers of Shaper artifacts. I'm confident that knowledge and his own resourcefulness will keep him alive until you find him. What do you say, freelancer? Make it worth your while. Owen? Looks like the freelancer's right again. Well, us anyway.
Excuse me, I just got a... That's excellent. I'm going to run diagnostics. Let me know when you're ready to leave. It was a pleasure.
On behalf of myself and Matthias, thank you for doing this. Okay, and if I have... Find Matthias. Trust me. I'm a person you want to know.
Find Matthias.
Fine, ties. So before we get back into more Tarsus questions, what happened in that scene, Sabina? Tell everyone a little bit about who those people were and what they do.
Well, this was a follow-up of the scene that you missed before when Owen told you to go to the forge. So you went to the forge and like, oh, what's happening? Tassin is there. So Tassin is part of the Corvus agent part. So she will be giving you missions, and this is the first mission that she gives you.
Right. So she's definitely someone you want to know, as she said. She's very just
Yeah.
connections essentially, right?
She's respected and a little bit feared, I would also think. She has connections.
All right. Good. Okay, let's continue with the Fort Tarsus questions. So let's keep going. AJ, you want to jump in and give us some more?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing was brought up about Shaper Storms. Is Fort Tarsus subject to Shaper Storms at all?
Not right now, but we expect to see things past this version.
So what you're saying is Tarsus will change. We just don't want to talk about how yet, right?
Yeah, I feel like I don't want to talk about it right now. I think you're spot on there.
All right, let's take a couple more.
Yeah, we're seeing some drop frames again, so we're gonna do a Q&A here, so we can salvage this, guys, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
Can our choices result in utter and complete extinction of those poor little grabbits?
Oh
Please tell me no.
Why would you want to do that? Who asked this question? No, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I do, but no, it's not possible
No.
to do it in the game.
Is it me versus you? Should we fight over it?
You'll win. You'll win. It's okay.
Okay, so could your decision in Fort Tarsus affect co-op play? And this person asks, I mean, if I made some decision, my friend made another, and we were not able to do some activities together, something like this.
Right. Good question. So no, that does not happen in the game. So a decision that you'll make in Tarsus will affect your Tarsus and will affect versions of your story. But when you're out in the world and you're playing with your friends, the decisions that you make will not affect that cooperative gameplay. And the reason we made that is because if you make a decision and your friend makes a totally different decision, those could be in conflict with each other, and we don't want that. So that'll never happen in the game.
All right, we've got another good question here. Do we have any chance to align with the factions in Fort Tarsus? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a couple of factions. We have the Sentinels, the Arcanists, and the Freelancers. And all of them will actually give you some benefits. The more you help them out, you will get unique rewards from each one of the factions.
Cool.
All right, one more, guys. Will there be any way to check end of mission results either at Fort Tarsus or at the end of missions, like kills, deaths, damage taken, etc.?
Not in Tarsus, but I'll leave that one to you, Mike.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff that we're tracking. After you finish the mission, you're going to see an end of expedition screen, and that's going to resolve a lot of your loot, see what you got, the experience points that you got, and a whole bunch of other information. Behind the scenes, we have access to a whole bunch of information that we're using to push player challenges. So, you know, kind of everything from the basic do this number of headshots to side with this faction as many times as you choose. So it goes from the minutia to the large. So we're kind of doing both. But we will definitely talk more about that as we approach December, which is like one day
Yeah, I
away.
was going to say that's like right there.
Yeah.
Very soon.
All right. Okay, so we're going to close it off here. Two things I wanted to mention. I know, we'll bring you back, Sabina. You're a good guest.
Yeah. Yeah, but all the action.
I know, and folks don't see it. So I wanted to apologize. We're gonna sort this stuff out so that next time the technology and the streaming stuff works. The build itself is holding up surprisingly well. I'm really happy with it. So it's just the technology right now. We're gonna sort that stuff out for you. We appreciate everyone kind of jumping on and asking questions and engaging with this. These things are always a risk. Whenever you do things before launch, you're always opening yourself up to crashes, builds, and otherwise issues. I was really excited to play Lost Arcanist with a Interceptor on Master difficulty, no less, but that'll have to wait until next time. In the meantime, we thank you guys. We really appreciate your support.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Just a little shout out here because this is my very first stream. I would like to just give a shout out to my little sisters, my little twin sisters.
Nice. Shout out to Sabine twin sisters. And
Amanda, Julia.
and so next time we do this, we'll bring some other guests on as well. We're going to showcase a couple missions, and Ben Irving has promised to talk about progression and some loot stuff at some point in the future. So hopefully we can get to that then, if XSplit and the Internet Tubes holds up. All right, love you guys.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.